Hello, everybody. Rescue Aces here on the scene, and we're gonna go over them one by one, shall we? To go over a quick summary of them. Our Rescue Aces are half of them, are, not half of them, some of them are Fire Warrior effect monsters, and some of them are Fire Machine effect monsters. To simplify what they all do, the Fire Warriors can tag themselves out when your opponent activates a monster effect to summon another Rescue Ace machine from the deck, and the Rescue Ace machines, besides one, can do stuff when your opponent does stuff. This one can do things when your opponent adds stuff to hand except by drawing. This one lets you summon cards from your hand, deck, or grave. Rescue Aces anyway. And this one, if many cards leave the field, press that one card and field, destroy it. Pretty simple enough. Anyway, the only exception is this Rescue Hydrant, which kind of go in a minute moment, but this one's important because a few of these spell cards talk about like require him to be in your field or graveyard. Anyway, besides that, real quick summary. Let's go over them one by one. First off, Rescue Ace Impulse. Level 3 Fire War Effect Monster, 1500 attack and defense. You can use the effect card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can make one effect monster your opponent controls with the highest attack your choice if tied. Unable to activate effects unable to activate effects on the field for this turn. Honestly, that's a pretty reasonable effect. Pretty nice. If you usually most stuff these days, high attack means no stronger monsters. No Borreload Savage. You just target that, they have to negate it, or most of the monsters negate it either way. It doesn't really matter, honestly. Either way, just a pretty standard, nice effect. Second effect is obviously the tag out effect. When your opponent acts monster effect on the field, you contribute this card from your hand or field, which is important if it's from hand or field. But summon one Rescue Ace Machine monster from your deck. Which, yeah, might work. That's what it wants. It is a little annoying you have to your opponent has to do a monster effect, but it does make it up for it because you can use this card in your hand at least, which is really nice. Next is Rescue Ace, a hoster, level 4 Fire War effect. Once the single attack and defense, you can use each effect on a turn. If it's normal special summon, you can add one Rescue Ace spell from your deck to your hand, which like our searches. And yeah, we don't really need such monsters except besides itself and the impulse to have them in hand some of the big boys. And same with the effect of you should this card by someone who escapes monster from you, but this one's only from your hand. Um, which that's a little more restricted, but it makes sense. It has a better first effect, so so it has a worse second effect. But either way, they're both good. But we could play through both of these. Now, Russia's Hydrant. It's the level 1 fire machine. Effect once to 0 attack, 0 defense. Can use second effect card name once per turn. First effect is just a general. Your opponent cannot target this card for attacks or a card for twice until a Russian Ace machine monster. No, correct that. A Russian Ace monster other than itself, which basically means just keep it on the field in defense position. Use one for one, whatever you want to use. And second fact is you can activate one quick play spell card or trap the turn it was set by your Rescue Ace card effects, which is really good. Just really nice. And during your main phase, you can add one Rescue Ace monster to your deck to your hand except itself. Again, both really good effects. Use one for one, whatever you need to get this card out in the field as soon as goddamn possible. Because it's really good. And also key to some, it's like, main search, there's a lot of things. Anyway, now the other ones. These are all higher levels, so 6, 7, 9. Maybe we get 8 one day in the future, who knows? Rescue Ace Fire Attacker, level 6 Fire Machine, effect monster 2200 attack and defense. You can use first attack name once per turn. If a Rescue Ace monster other than itself is not summoned to your field, you can put someone's card from your hand. More ways to swarm the board with these guys, which is really nice. It's also you play turn, which is good. If a card is added to your opponent's hand, except by drawing, you can draw 2 cards and just send 1 card from your hand to go. It's just basically, hey, look, draw 2 when your opponent adds something. Nothing great, but it can help you draw your hand traps, which is nice. So that's pretty good, actually. It just helps you draw. And yeah, that's what it needs to do. You don't need to play too many of these. Maybe 2, maybe 1 of. It still works, so. It can summon itself the easiest. I'm not sure, actually. No, they all do that, actually. I don't mind what I'm saying. Well, only this guy, not all of them, only this guy does. Alright, I gotta reread these. Rescue Ace Fire Engine, level 7 Fire Machine, effect monster, 200, 500, 2500 attack and defense. You can only use first card name once per turn. For Rescue Monster, no special summon except, other than Rescue Ace Fire Engine, is no special summon to the field. You can put someone's card from your hand. Again, helps swarm the field, get monsters out. Like I said, it doesn't help make exceeds because they're all the different levels, but you can make links and whatever. Maybe even synchros if you're ready. And yeah, if a monster puts something to your opponent's field, you put someone level 4 or lower, rescue ace monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. That's pretty nice because it helps you get out the Hydrant, which is really good. And also helps you get out the other low levels, some any other big ones from your decks. The low levels, these can also get you your other big machine, which is good. And now finally, Rescue 8's Turbulence. Level 9 5 machine effect monster for attack, range, and defense. You can use first, second, and third cards once per turn. You can banish 2 Rescue 8 monsters from your graveyard, but some card from your hand. Not necessary at all, but it's good to have. Which is, if you're grinding out a game, can't summon anything else normally, this just gets up to the field, which also lets you proc all these other summon effects, which is really good. Also it's good, lets you summon banish any cards, not just monsters, which is, we have a lot of spell traps, so, well, 2 of each, which still, well, no, yeah, 3 spells, 2 traps, which still no decent enough. But yeah, next second effect is during your main phase, you can set up to 4 rescue quick play spells and normal traps with different names direct from the deck. Why? So up to 4 different cards. That's just crazy. Is it just, yeah, I want a +4 because this card stays on the field. Like, why? I don't know. That's still really good though. It obviously depends on how good spell quick play spells and traps are, but that's just a lot of advantage. That's what it needs to do. If a card you control leads to field by an opponent's card effect, you take 1 card in the field, destroy it. Simple. This card does a lot, and it's really good. I have nothing else really to say. First, of the spells, Rescue Ace Headquarters. Rescue Ace monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense while your opponent controls a monster. Sure. Like, the only time attack points matter on your monsters is when your opponent also has monsters on their turn and return to anyway. So, like, yeah, base is always going to be important when you're on the defensive. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Rescue Ace monster in addition to your normal summon set. Again, that's just, I could look, this field spell would be good if it just had the second effect. But it also has the first and third effect, which is once per turn, target up to 4 Rescue Ace cards that are banished or in your graveyard. Shuffle them deck to draw 1 card. This card does so much. It gives the extra normal summon and it recycles 4 cards that are banished or graveyard. To draw 1. Just like, oh, I want to draw 1 card. That's all good. And I'm like, why? It do so much. This is good. Okay, I'm really liking these cards so far. They all do just a lot, honestly. Rescue, this card is a quick play spell card, obviously. This card is always treated as a Rescue Ace card. You know, in fact, 1 card with name per turn, though. Target 1 Rescue Ace monster in graveyard, except Rescue Ace Hydrant. Thanks. And you can target 1 monster in graveyard. And if you control no, Christ, I read that wrong. Target 1 Rescue Ace monster in your graveyard, or if you control Rescue Ace Hydrant, target 1 monster in graveyard instead, by summon to your field. Monster Reborn, back to the front, whatever. But yeah, Monster Reborn is probably the best. Quick play Monster Reborn, but if you basically, yeah. Which is good. You know, you usually get going cards back or interrupt your opponent's combo. So, very good. Next quick spell card is Alert. It's always treated as a Rescue Ace card. You only have 1 card with name per turn. Add 1 Rescue Ace monster from graveyard, or if you control Rescue Ace Hydrant, you can add 1 Rescue Ace monster from your deck to hand instead. Yeah, not as good as the first one, but still pretty good. Because most cards that most archetypes have cards you search a card from the deck anyway, but I think this balances out because it's a quick play spell card and we have many ways to set it from deck. Well, one way to set it from deck, but that's a very powerful way. Contain, first normal trap. It's always kind of treated as a Rescue Ace card. If you control a Rescue Ace monster, target 1 effect monster you cannot attack. It's like negate. Also, if you control Rescue Ace Hide, you cannot use material for fusion, synchro, exceeds, link summon. These effects last to end of turn. Just a really good card. Can really mess up opponent's plays, like very well, very well mess up opponent's plays. Yeah, finally, Extinguish. Finally, Rescue Extinguish, which is this card, normal trap. It's always treated as a Rescue Ace card. If you control a Rescue Ace monster, target 1 machine monster you control. Target 1 effect. You control Rescue Ace monster, target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. Destroy it. And if you control Rescue Ace Hydrant this turn, your opponent cannot activate the effects of the destroy monster as well monster with the same original name. Wow. Obviously, you also got this guy reprint because all these guys, the machine ones, all these machines, same attack, same defense, so you can use gizmic stuff if you want. Anyway, these are really good. They seem okay. Look, obviously we haven't played them yet, but just by reading them, they seem really good. which is always nice. I like when stuff's good. And they seem fun. Like they don't really seem like too like of a pain, I guess. They seem fun. Look, they seem fun to use. They do a bunch of cool stuff. They like to interact. They interact with the opponent. These different high level ones interact with the opponent differently. They set up a bunch of different quick play spells and trap cards to help battle up the opponent's stuff. Yeah, this seems fun. Look, this just seems really fun, and I'm gonna try these out when they come out. And that's pretty much it, really. What are your opinions on these? Please tell me in the comment section below. And hopefully I can test these out on EDO Pro when they come out, when I'm hopefully not distracted by more Monster Hunter. That's the game taking up my life. Anyway, thank you for watching, take care, and see you next time. Goodbye.